Hello everybody, today is July 16th and I made this video because I want to talk about my theory on what could happen regarding hazard pay. And I thought about it. I thought about it for a while now, well, every day, because as an essential employee, after talking to all the other essential employees that I've come across, they all seem pretty upset that there's people making more than them at home, collecting unemployment, doing whatever they please. And I've been talking to people ever since the beginning of the global pandemic. And I have a prediction, and here's what it is. I predict that they're going to be giving hazard pay. And it doesn't seem like that right now. It doesn't at all. It seems like the government has it on the complete back burner. However, they're not doing it for the people. Well, I guess they are sort of doing it for the people, but they're doing it more because they have the government and the Fed has a job, which is to bring liquidity into the economy, into the stock market, and into basically all of our every financial sector in our economy. So here's my prediction on what they're going to do. We've been giving a lot of money to people on those on unemployment, okay? And while some of them have been saving, they've also been spending too. A lot of my friends, for example, they've been traveling. They've been going to different states. They've been traveling. They don't follow the COVID-19 quarantine rules. And yeah, they've been traveling. They've been spending more on video games and food and snacks and, things that they don't really need because they have enough money to pay for rent or their mortgage or their utilities. So they use extra money to, invest in the stock markets and buy all these goodies and things like that. And they're even looking at, a few of them are looking at getting their money together, pooling it, and then buying properties when the housing market crashes. So, it's sort of good in a sense because but for this equation, we're gonna have to pretend that the debt that America has doesn't matter, even though it really does matter. Okay, our national debt really does matter, and we can't just deny that. Okay, no matter what your schools teach you, the debt issue in America is actually a big deal. But for this equation, let's just pretend that we can keep printing trillions of dollars, and some country in this world will buy up our debt, and they'll keep producing and prop up our standard of living. But so here's my idea, and it also, in turn, it also makes me very bullish on the stock market as well. So the Fed and the government is playing this thing like a chess match, right? And so they want to get as much liquidity back into the markets in general, right? So they've been giving out a lot of money to these failing businesses that you'd have to question why they're existing. I don't know, but they provide jobs and whatnot, and more money it's better. If they can just supposedly keep printing it out, it's at the expense of taxpayers and people who saved up money and all this stuff. But let's just pretend that doesn't matter. Let's just pretend that they don't care about the possibility of inflation or the possibility of deflation. Let's just pretend that they're going to keep it at this certain range for our purchase, for the power of the dollar. Obviously our dollar is losing value every week. We see this. You go to the stores, you go anywhere you go, you can see how people have been reacting to the purchasing power of the dollar going down, right? That's why people are investing in stocks, because it's a better alternative to leaving it in the bank or leaving it under your couch. Or they've been buying up gold and silver because these things don't depreciate in value. But to get back to what my theory is that I do believe that even though essential employees work in the front line, exposing themselves to this global pandemic, have been shafted for the most part, and there have been poor proposals for hazard pay that have been terrible. Like it's just such a small amount that it doesn't really make up for those on unemployment. That I believe that the Fed and the government are going to be put supposedly in a situation where they feel inclined to give a large lump sum to those essential employees. Okay, and I feel this way because the basically what they want to do is what the Fed wants to do is that they want to pump enough money as they have to in order to make sure that the amount of liquidity and money given to people can make up for the amount of slowdown in the economy. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm sorry. I'm not an economics major, but basically what I'm trying to say is that yeah, they're going to give you hazard pay because it allows more liquidity in the markets. It allows more liquidity in the economy, and that's always good for everybody as long as someone's willing to buy up our debt and prop up our economy. So it's probably going to happen. There's just no way that it wouldn't, because if every central employee you're ever going to see is upset with how they've been treated financially, their time and their health, if you talk to every single one of them, they'll be like, wow, we could have stayed at home, or we could have gone on our paid vacation and make more money than ever. And even those on unemployment know that. Talk to them. They probably think it's one of the best times of their life because they're basically on a paid vacation, and they know that. And essential employees do too. Everybody knows this, which is why why people are so upset. But again, with that being said, they're not going to end the unemployment. They're just going to keep giving out money through the CARES Act. There's just no way they can end that. And again, it's more beneficial to have all this funny money printed out because there's more liquidity overall. So, yeah, for those of you concerned about hazard pay, I truly do believe it's going to happen. When? I don't know for sure, but it will happen. It benefits everybody. It benefits the economy. It benefits the people working. It benefits the stock market. There's just so many reasons why it would be a good idea. And this can all work as long as there's other countries willing to prop up the dollar and willing to buy up our debt. So, you heard it here. You're probably going to get hazard pay. Because the government, sometimes when you read the government, like, when you watch the news or you read these articles or you follow these conferences that they have, you sit there like, oh, these guys are some of the biggest idiots you've ever met. But they're not stupid. They're really not. They really do know what they're doing, I think. And with that being said, yeah, there's definitely going to be hazard pay. And I'm probably telling myself this just so I can stop being such a moody person who's always salty looking at all these people barbecuing and partying at the beach. But yeah, I'm pretty certain it just benefits everybody to have hazard pay in a larger lump sum. Also, it kind of sucks for those who have savings because their money is depreciating. But I don't think the Fed cares at this point. But anyway, I rambled on. Probably could have been like a 2-minute video, but I'm not an economist. This is just my guess, and I'm just an average guy with an average job as the essential employee. Giving my thoughts on hazard pay. So I think it's gonna happen, guys. And if it doesn't, well, something's gonna happen. Something physical might happen, but we'll see.